pop-up coming to you live from the Black Media Matter studios here in downtown Seattle. My name is Omari Salisbury, known in the streets of the Central District as the Big O. We got a fantastic show on tap for you here tonight. Man, somebody said the Peace Bus was making laps in the Central District. We got some footage somewhere if you need to see it. I'm talking about we got my guy Kwabi Amoah-Forson in the building. Yeah, come on, man.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, it's good to have you here, as well as Rasheed Romain, and we're going to be chopping it up with them about content creation. This week is Content Creation Week here on the pop-up because we got so many amazing, I'll just say it, black content creators. But we don't really use a lot of those words that other people use. People use influence, they use this and that. Guys just do dope stuff and distribute it on the internet. So we're going to get right into that. Before we do, though, it's time to pay some bills. Do you got We Rise over there? I don't even see it in the show. There we go. Okay, first and foremost, big shout out to We Rise Wines. We Rise Wines located on 2nd Avenue, right across the street from the Moore Theater. This black woman-owned business is definitely for us, by us, supplying all the great wines for wineries that kind of look like us across the Pacific Northwest, nationally and internationally. It doesn't stop there, though. They got great food and also an outstanding event space. Want to encourage you to support those who support us by visiting WeRiseWines.com. And what else do we have here? It looks like we got Teen Summer Musical. Oh, my God. We should have had Triana Holiday voice this. We'll go ahead and put this up here. Teen Summer Musical in the mix. Don't miss Acts on Stage, Teen Summer Musical, production of Peter Pan, Ready to Rise, an adaptation coming to McCall Hall from August 28th to August 30th. Experience the professional grade performance that celebrates the talent of our youth. Pick up your tickets today at actsonstage.com. And my buddy Eric looked like he filmed all that. Look at you. You want to keep it rolling. And we got one more here. This is the Jaipur Literature Fest. Man, it's fantastic. We'll put this up here on screen. Calling all literature fans, the 3rd edition of the Jaipur Literature Festival is coming to Seattle Public Library and Town Hall. Wow, Seattle. From September 17th to September 20th. Prepare for 3 days of illuminating conversations, stirring performances, and unforgettable literary encounters designed to ignite your imagination. All right, that's the Jaipur Literature Fest. Good stuff. Look, they balling, too, because everybody else be at one venue. They at Seattle Public Library and Town Hall. So we'll have to get over there. And last but not least, a big shout out to Coleman Comments. You know what I'm saying? Kwabi and Rasheed was just back there. They were taking in the art and all this good stuff. I hope you took in some drinks. You know it's the pop-up, so anything goes over here.
I'm going to have to catch that on the way out.
Oh, okay. Now it's like, damn, now somebody Ashley, you need to be telling people they can get a drink. Coleman Commons is a fantastic event space, art gallery right here where Pioneer Square meets the waterfront. You can get more information by visiting ColemanCommons.com. All right. So good. We done paid you. It's always good to pay the bills first. It's just like when you get paid your actual check. You're going to have a problem if you kick it first and pay the bills last. You know what I'm saying? You got to pay the bills at the top of the show. So let's do some introductions here. Why don't we, Eric? And, man, let's start with the further. My mom always says go your furthest distance first, and that would be Tacoma. So let's start off here with Kwabi.
All right.
Okay, here it is. Kwabi Amoah-Forson is a Tacoma-based humanitarian. Let me say that again for you. Humanitarian, TV show producer, and influencer dedicated to assisting those in need through community-driven campaigns and educational initiatives. He's the creator of Tacoma's first, I'll say that again too, first TV sitcom, The Tacoma Show, which is currently in production.
It is.
Kwabi!
What's going on,
Welcome back to the Black Media Matter Studios.
Yeah, this is my second time. It's always a pleasure. It's always an honor to be here, so thanks for having me.
Yeah, no, it's good to be. You came very comfortable today too.
Yeah,
Anytime you got all the sleeve out,
You know what I'm saying?
okay. You see, put the guns on him. Man, put the camera back on. If you're gonna do it like I was saying, do it like you're doing it for TV. Hello. Oh my God. All right, next up we have Rasheed, and man, we're gonna tell you here about Rasheed Romain. Is a Seattle-based first-generation Haitian-American creator who uses his platform to share authentic men's lifestyle and family content. Man, that's nice. I think this was missing. I see lots of people talking about food, but like, man, men's lifestyle and family content. He aims to foster community and positivity while encouraging followers to embrace their unique styles and to find joy in everyday life. Rasheed, welcome. Very first time here at the Black Media Matters Studios.
I appreciate it. I don't got the guns like Kwame, but
don't worry, you dressed appropriately.
I dressed appropriately. Yeah, I showed up for Pacific Northwest style.
All right, well, man, people will always tell you that Tacoma is unique and different, and Kwabi has kept that tradition going here tonight.
Gotta be unique.
You know what I'm saying? 100%. All right, so I think that what would do? Me put in a break here. I think there's something in the break. Yeah, break one. No. All right. We'll see what happens. We're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we're gonna find out what Kwabi's been up to, and we'll learn more about the Tacoma show for what he can actually tell us.
Yeah.
You're watching the Pop-Up.
Experience the revitalized spirit of the Seattle waterfront at Coleman Commons, a premier event space where modern luxury meets local charm. Unwind in our serene wellness spaces or find inspiration browsing unique exhibits from local artists. Our space offers the perfect backdrop to connection with friends, neighbors, and community. Fit from everything from company galas to your girl's birthday party. Looking to book a space for your event? Visit ColemanCommons.com today.
You can do it at a trot, you can do it at a gallop, you can do it real slow so your heart won't palpitate. Just don't be late. Do the Puyallup.
Your fair is fast. Your fair is fuzzy. Your fair is the Washington State Fair, where once-a-year traditions meet new memories. The fun starts Labor Day weekend, when kids get in free thanks to BECU. Join us September 4th through 27th. Tickets at thefair.com.
Do the Puyallup.
All right, welcome back to the Pop-Up, coming to you live from the Black Media Matters Studios. Right there, what you saw was Rasheed Romain doing. I guess we're gonna figure out what you was doing there. I seen some hats, some other stuff, and everything else. I gave you like 2 sentences of an introduction, and please don't take all day. But maybe tell our audience a little bit more about you and what you do.
Yeah, my name is Rasheed Romain. A lot of people know me as RJ. But yeah, I moved to Seattle about 2021, and that was about COVID times, and I needed kind of like an outlet to meet people and kind of experience what it is to be in Seattle. So I started creating content, and I think the beautiful thing about content creation, not influencing, but actually truly creating content, is how it resonates with other people. So it actually did. I talked about things like the Seattle Freeze or how to catch a girl from the Pacific Northwest, which was what you just saw there. Kind of bringing up the Carhartt hats, the stacking rings, and some iced coffee, things that you normally see every girl in the Pacific Northwest having in their hands. So it was just things like that, and I was able to actually foster a good amount of people who wanted to build community with me, right? And in a time where COVID kind of kept us separated, it was kind of one of those mediums that we could use to like bring guys that look like me together.
This is interesting. Thank you. Your introduction was much better than mine. I will say that. Also, I'll give a big shout out there. Is that Washington 99 hat? Highway 99?
That is a Washington 99 hat.
Okay.
I got one for you if you want one.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I need that.
Yeah, when I moved out here, I was living in West Seattle, and I still remember to this day driving down 99 into the city, and I was like, man, this is my city now, and this is a beautiful city to be in.
Well, it's good to hear you say that. And I wanted to follow up on one thing that you said, too, because we struggle with the word influencer here at Converge. And man, all love to everybody who owns that word 100%. And big shouts out to our guy Mark Tells you know what I'm saying? That's Converge fam through and through. You know what I'm saying? Our people, Asian verified. I got people who are like, oh, if it's this influence. But even though with Mark, I always tell Mark, I was like, bro, it's a difference in when you're creating something and on your own, or if you're amplifying something someone else has. And I only say that is but during COVID, right before COVID, there was a big influencer event here in Seattle, right? Remember this, Eric? And then we got invited to it, and ultimately it got canceled because of COVID. Mm-hmm. But because we were delivering news and information and what to do and everything else, we stayed on the radar, and so many people who were in the box of influencer was quiet, because you got to remember, the guy who owns the restaurant that you go there and do the review on the food, he can still cook the food at his house. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. The hotel is closed, the airlines are gone, and so it really came down to, okay, what information do you have that is you? Yeah. That is not dependent upon the next thing, right? And so I don't know. We still figure that. Like I said, it's not an issue with somebody's influence or whatever. But I had just noticed that you had preferred the term content creator over influencer.
Yeah, and I don't have the capacity to. I mean, I have a full-time job, I have a wife, I have a son, managing a lot of things in between. I don't have the time to be influencing, right, where I'm going to every event and talking about every event. What I can do is share my experience of how I do some things or how things affect me, and from there I try to make light of most of these things, right? There's heavy things you can talk about and you can kind of try to make light of them, or there's real joy in life that you can really accentuate on. So that's what I typically try to create my content about, whether it's living in Seattle, or me now being a new father, and how I proposed to my wife. These are the type of things that really kind of uplift people. So that's where I like.
So it's almost like you're telling your story rather than amplifying someone else's.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've done some of the influencer events, right? It's really nice to get invited.
You eat and drink good at the events, man.
You drink good, you eat
Don't
good.
be no fool. And listen, Mariners food preview is a must.
Oh, yeah, no. And, shout out to Shelby. She invited me out to the Mariners game, and I did something, taking your son to his first Mariners game, right? And that felt really true to me, right? It wasn't just influencer thing. It was just hey, this is how I would do it, and this is the recommendations I would make as somebody taking.
It's interesting you said that, because many moons ago, before all this existed, when I took my son to his first Mariners game, and I took pictures and I wrote an article about it.
Wow. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't as easy as it is now, though. You just clip. Oh, it's good stuff. So, I mean, you mentioned Haiti and Haitian-American, man. How does your Haitian-American roots play into your everyday when it comes to your content creation?
Yeah, I think being an Haitian-American is something to be truly proud about, right? I mean, the culture about being Haitian is very strong. I lived in Haiti for a while, so I do speak Creole, I do speak French, but it's played a part in kind of me showcasing what it's like being a first-generation Haitian. My dad came here when he was kind of, I want to say a teenager, and my grandpa and my dad, they made the best of the situation that they were in, right, when they came to the country and tried to work hard to accomplish things. And then my dad did even more, right? So now I'm in a position where, as a first-generation American, I can do for my son, but I can also do up for my dad, right? There are a lot of things he never got to experience. I think one of the greatest joys I've had in a long time is I took my dad to his first World Cup game. And that's something, he's 62. He would never have prioritized that, right? Like, he had a family to focus on. He had, priorities he had to focus on. And, I've been allotted a life that he created for me. And now I'm using that to build up not just my kid's life, but, my family as well.
That's dope. And by the way, Kwabi, I forgot to mention, I usually do a whole intro with the headlines, but there was no headlines today. It's a crosstalk show. So if you have so if you have any question for Rasheed as well, I mean, this is why we get interesting guests like that. So guys, you're not obligated, but if you do, just jump in. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
What you got for me?
I got some. So there's like
All right,
a little sizzle a little
it.
bit. You know what I'm saying?
Throw a little sizzle in there. What's up? What you got?
You had talked about how your content, you're not necessarily chasing the next trend. Your angle is approaching content creation with you just basically expressing yourself. Am I right in that?
Yeah.
Is there a line between how much you're willing to share yourself, right? Like, are you sharing all your downs too?
That's a really good question. I think one of the things I actually struggle with is really speaking to the audience, right? Like, I can find a situation and say, okay, this is how I want to execute this type of content to speak on something, but actually talking to the camera and saying a lot of my downs, it does get a little bit hard, right? Like, there's a lot of vulnerability in just speaking to the camera. I've talked to content creators like Mark, these guys who they struggle with it at first, but then once you get past that kind of, intimidation of speaking to the camera, you unlock something else because you actually build stronger relationships with the guests, right? Like, it's weird because sometimes people come up to you and they're like, "Oh, you're my man. I love you." They dap you up. I love your content. And it's like, bro, I don't know you, right? And it's like, I appreciate that you came up to me and you showed me all this love, but like, I don't know you. And you forget that you're building some of these connections with these people, and they like start to resonate with you so much that they're like, I see myself in that person, or, I want to connect with this person. So I think part of what the next evolution in my content is, and I recently just changed my TikTok name to SideQuest Sheed, but what I want to do now is kind of showcase you can be a dad and still live out your dreams. I think what I think a lot of people will struggle with is you start a career, and once you start that career, you're focused on that career and how do you keep that career. But sometimes in doing that, you may diminish some of your dreams because you don't have enough capacity to do that. Mm-hmm. So what I've been trying to do is, and I asked my wife for this, I was like, hey, can I just get like 2 hours a day just dedicated for me to focus on a side project? And I want to document that side project to show that, like, as a father, as a husband, as somebody with a full career and other things that come up in life, you can still try to focus in on keeping your dreams alive and then document that.
And what are some of those things you're going to be tapping into?
So one of the things I want to do is get something published in an article as a photographer, right? And I'm not a photographer, but I want to learn photography, and I want to aim to get something published. And that's my goal. That's goal one. Right. The second one, I'd like to make a song. Like, what does it take to actually make a song? It might be booty. It might be buns. It might not be great, but like, what is the process of doing that? And showcasing to other folks, like, hey, just because you have all these things in life going on, you can take some time to learn something new and kind of live out some of the dreams that you've had on the side.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's interesting. And yeah, Kwabi, like, if you want to host too, man, it's open. It's open for you. We're literally looking for that. So it's interesting that you say photography, and also your journey as one. Photography is big here at Converge. Eric is a photographer. My dad, there's pictures right there on the wall. He passed away in 2023. He graduated from Brooks Institute, which at the time was the best photography college in the world down in Santa Barbara, California. He graduated from there. He was a cinematographer at MGM and opened the first black-owned photographic portrait studio in this part of America 50 years ago. Wow. And so when you might have seen me look over at Eric as soon as you said photography. But also later in his life, you know what I'm saying, my dad went to seminary school and he was a pastor, and he made so many trips down there to Haiti.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, into Port-au-Prince and so many small towns that I can't even remember and everything else. But up until the later years in his life, he was there in Haiti. And, you know, anytime that there was an issue down there, you'd find him on the phone 2, 3, 4 in the morning. He was talking to, you know, members of the church down there in Haiti. And always, I grew up with Pan-African parents. So, you know, I mean, I've known this Haiti story for a long time, but it brought him so much pride to always tell people, like, well, man, let me actually tell you this story of Haiti and Haitians. So, I guess what I'm saying is listening to you tonight is just bringing me a little bit of joy because it's reminding me of my father. So thank you.
I appreciate that. That's a beautiful story. Haiti's a beautiful place, man. You know, and I'm glad your father got to experience that. I think sometimes the connotation of Haiti can kind of take a turn that doesn't reflect it in the best light, but it's a beautiful place, man. Beautiful people, strong culture. And resilient people, are really resilient people.
Yeah, man, I be ready to talk my shit about Haiti. I mean, I wish somebody would. But last question for you here. You kind of touched on it a little bit, but it's like, how has being a father changed your routes here in the content creation? And you just touched on a little bit about how you reached out and talked to your wife about being able to take 2 hours out the day. But just generally speaking, though, it's like, what are some of the things now that come into mind?
Yeah, I think, you know, I've started to include my son in some of my content.
And how old is your son now?
My son is 19 months.
19 months. Oh, it's still a little buddy.
Yeah. He's still a little buddy.
Oh,
man.
okay.
He's at that kind of
run man, that's the
stage.
best age. Oh, you got you a little buddy. Next time, bring a little buddy with you.
You know,
sit right here, man.
I will. I don't know if he has the patience to sit here in one spot for a bit, but he'd tear everything around.
That's okay, too. Eric can pick it up.
But, yeah, I mean, I think I got to be true to me, right? So, like, I'm a dad, so I feel like I have to make some dad content, right? Like, I can't just – it would be crazy if you saw me just posting about, like, funny Seattle stuff and people be like, hey, don't you got a whole-ass kid at home? Like, what's that part of your life like? So I've included my son in some of the content. And then I'll also try to, like – I think there's a very delicate balance of, like, what's too much and what is, like, just the right amount, right? And – I'm figuring that part out, right? Like it's a learning experience. Sometimes when you create content, you all of a sudden just thrust it into this like, hey, make content, make more content, make more content. I'm not media trained. I don't have like a schedule.
Kwabi is, by the way. He
Kwabi
let us know.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to talk to him a little later and figure out how I can learn a little bit about that. Maybe even get an agent or I don't know, get on this Tacoma sitcom show or something like that. But you know, you have to figure it out on your own, right? And that takes time. That takes dedication. That takes persistence, and some of that stuff eats away at time from your kid, and you have to figure out a way to like balance that all out.
Yeah, it's interesting hearing this perspective now, Eric, 6 years later, because we was on like the front line, like like the Seattle protests, like 40 days is in there, it's all day, all night, and it was delivering like. It's weird because 6 years later today, if that happened, it would be like, okay, are we content creators?
Yeah.
But 6 years ago, it was like we was just delivering the news to our neighborhood. And we didn't even know until well into the protest that sometimes when we go live, it'd be 400,000, 500,000, 700,000 people around the world watching. We had no idea. We're like, we're just talking to the Central District, telling everybody in the neighborhood what's happening. And so it's like the concept, I guess, of what I'm getting at is you being like, man, I just want to organically do what I'm doing.
Yeah. I
think that's kind of, where it's at. It's a slow burn.
Yeah. But
I'd only say that to say that we're 10 years tomorrow. Tomorrow where Converge turns 10 years old. But a lot of people date us from the protests because that's when they found out about us 6 years ago. it's a slow burn, but we're still burning.
Yeah.
And I only say that to be that being authentic. We're a production house. We can make anything here. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. This is what you see here is just one part of our operation. You know, we make films for Alaska Airlines, stuff that T-Mobile Park, TV Guard. We make a lot of stuff. So we can make something, we can make anything that's counterintuitive to who we are and who our neighborhood and our community is. And we can get where we want to go a lot faster. But staying true to who you are, it's a slow burn. Yeah. But you still be here.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
The ones that rock with you, they stay rocking with you. Yeah. And that's the critical part.
We like to tell people at Converge, we don't have an audience, we have a community.
Nice.
And that's what keeps it going. All right, so look, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we head to south down I-5 to the 253 to my homie Kwabi.
Yeah.
You're watching the pop-up.
Experience the revitalized spirit of the Seattle waterfront at Coleman Commons, a premier event space where modern luxury meets local charm. Unwind in our serene wellness spaces or find inspiration browsing unique exhibits from local artists. Our space offers the perfect backdrop to connection with friends, neighbors, and community. Fit from everything from company galas to your girl's birthday party. Looking to book a space for your event? Visit ColemanCommons.com today.
You can do it at a trot, you can do it at a gallop, you can do it real slow so your heart won't palpitate. Just don't be late. Do the Puyallup.
Your fair is fast. Your fair is fuzzy. Your fair is the Washington State Fair, where once-a-year traditions meet new memories. The fun starts Labor Day weekend, when kids get in free thanks to BECU. Join us September 4th through 27th. Tickets at thefair.com.
Do the Puyallup.
All right, welcome back to the pop-up, coming to you live from the Black Media Matters studios here in downtown Seattle. I am your host, the Big O. And man, we just got done talking to Rasheed Romain, content creator, father, and husband. You got to throw that in there, you know. We don't want that smoke. You know what I'm saying? Father and husband. Man, proud of his Haitian lineage and everything else. Just got done breaking it down to us, man. And we're going to scoot over here to the most comfortable guest I might have ever seen in the Black Media Matters show. Go and throw them guns up. One more time. Throw the guns up.
People at home. Yeah. Gotta exercise, you know, fitness is everything.
I thought saving the world was everything, but
True.
man, turns out. So, Kwabi, it's been a whole 27 minutes since we read your introduction here, but Kwabi Amoah-Forson. We read a small introduction, but the best thing I liked about it, and I'll let you tell people more about yourself, it says Tacoma-based humanitarian.
Yeah.
Like, that's fire. That's not really an introduction that we hear a lot when people most people come there, especially these elected officials, they want to act like they're humanitarians, but that's fire. Tacoma-based humanitarian, man. Tell us just a little bit more about yourself.
Yeah, well, speaking to the term humanitarian, a humanitarian is one who seeks the betterment of all people. So no matter where you come from, your race, color, or creed, I'm out here helping people. I don't care what your religion is, your race, or whatever. If you're struggling with food, clothes, and shelter, I'm out here trying to help you. I want to help people, and so that's my full-time job. I help people in need that are suffering, that are hurting, and I started doing that back in 2017. But in 2019, I bought this thing called the Peace Bus. It's a Mitsubishi 1988 van, very old vehicle, but it looks really cool. But I say it's the greatest vehicle of all time, not because it looks cool, but because I'm utilizing something to help others. In fact, I think that's the only thing that makes something or anyone great. We can all, there's basketball stars, there's musicians doing what they do. That's great, that's cute, right? But what are you doing to help others? If you're not doing that, I don't think it matters.
Yeah, say that. Kwabi,
Yeah.
hello. So I got a question for you, though. What happened in 2017 that just turned you from a regular person who's like, yeah, I need mine and get mine to I want to be a humanitarian?
Yeah, well, in 2017, I was in grad school for business, and my grades were going down.
Where were you in school at?
City University of Seattle. So it was like half in the classroom, half online.
Oh, that's like being half on the streets and half in whatever. Right?
Exactly. Yeah, you
Right.
already know the
Okay.
deal, man. So I was doing that, and I was feeling unfulfilled. Basically, I'm like, I don't know why I'm here. So instead of going to my parents, right, or my best friends for guidance, I'd reached out to an old academic advisor of mine named Dr. Peter Baccio, the GOAT, right? He's in his 80s now. In fact, he died, right? And then they revived him, which is nuts, right? Really good.
People you got to keep.
You know what I'm saying? So I told him I was struggling in school, and I sat down with him at his office, and as I'm telling him about my struggles, he tells me to shut up. Flat blank just told me to shut up. He's like, you're complaining too much, Kwabi. Nothing gets done when you complain. You got to do something. And I thought, okay, what am I supposed to do? And he said, I need to ask myself this one simple question. I need to ask myself, who do I want to be and not what do I want to be? He said, Kwabi, you could be a lawyer, you could be a doctor, you could be whatever. Don't think about that. What are the principles you want to embody as a human being? Once you figure that out, everything will follow after. And so I took the man's advice, and I thought out of anything in the entire world, the thing I love the absolute most is seeing different people from different walks of life, races, colors, and creeds coming together. And to me, that's peace, and to me, that's humanitarianism.
Why? Why is that? I mean, I'm not, being difficult, but like, man, why does that bring you joy? Seeing different people from different creeds and cultures coming together. It's a lot of people who are like, yeah, man, you know what? When I see a hip hop cipher, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's attainable. And I'm not saying people coming together that's a very big goal.
Yeah.
And a very big what is it that's like, yo, this makes me happy.
Yeah.
Me personally, before you answer, just seeing the Mariners above 500, bro. I'm happy. Am I lying, Eric? Yeah, it's just like you're like, yo, seeing people from different creeds, colors, and ethnicities come together makes me happy.
Yeah. Well, two things. First thing, above all, that's just the way God intended us to be. That's why he made us all different, for us to reconcile our differences and come together. That's number one. Second, that's the American experience. America is a test to see if we can actually pull it off, right? Granted, there are individuals that are working day and night to prevent that dream from being a reality.
And some people got the hack code.
Yeah.
But anyways.
But ultimately, the ideal situation in America is for individuals, regardless of their background, to come together to build the best country imaginable. There's no other country on earth that has that obligation, but we have it. So we got to build it to our best our ability.
Yeah, I like it. So you're coming from a direction. This is a very interesting space when I hear you talk, because you're coming from a space that I don't want to put words in your mouth, and you're here to speak up for yourself. But I hear you being like, you know what? This is our country, and you know what? I'm a shareholder in this country, and you know what? Irregardless of anything else, I'm going to move forward in the best ideas and principles in this country. I only say that because, you hear a lot of like, oh, yeah, I want to just leave this country and get out of here. You almost sound like somebody who's like, nah, man, I'm going to fight for this. This is mine.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I'm the most patriotic person, but I think it's very interesting, the American experience. It's unlike any other country around the world. Though every country has their highlights, I think what's unique about the USA is that melting pot experience. And we actually have a chance to maybe create a model for the world of what it should be or what it could be.
Yeah, I mean, this is true. You're on this set. Where are you from?
I'm from here. I was born in Reno, Nevada.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The biggest little city.
Yeah, I'm half African and half African-American.
What part of Africa?
My dad's from Ghana. My mom's from Arkansas.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've been to Accra.
Yeah?
Yeah, no, man. I used to work on the continent. I've been to 30 African countries.
Dang.
Yeah, no, I used to work over there in TV and film.
You're more African than me. I've only been there once.
Listen, let me tell you, I'll put a stamp on that. There in Nigeria, Botswana, Ghana, Rwanda, Tanzania, Kenya, Zambia. That's a long list. I can go on. I lived on the continent for years. And so I only bring that up, though, to say that to actually check mark what you're saying. That you have a Ghanaian American right here. You have a Haitian American right here. You have somebody like, oh, my dad said we go back some generations. You know what I'm saying? But like, you know, at the end of the day, even in our blackness, there's diversity in our blackness. You see what I'm saying? So whether I'm planting my flag right here on the continent and you're planting your flag there on in the country of Haiti and you plant a flag there in Ghana, the American experience is that we've all come together right here.
Yes. That's a mic drop there. We get into the interview.
Hey, I'm glad they booked you.
Hey.
The show wouldn't have worked without you today, Rasheed.
No pound represent.
All right, so one that's really dope. It's really refreshing. I like the energy that you're moving with, man. And so, one, humanitarian. There's the peace bus. This out there. I think a lot of people who do know you are seeing you, man. They see you in these spaces. You're trying to feed these kids and everything else. But man, you're also kind of in the space that we're all in over here in media. And let me get this right here. You got a show, and you've been talking about it all on social media, casting calls, all kinds of stuff, everything else. The Tacoma show. So tell us about the Tacoma show as much as you can. Yeah. Because I know any good show, a lot of stuff is still under wraps. But even more importantly, even if you don't want to give away the ending or the synopsis, but what inspired you? And what made you think this was viable?
Yeah, well, the Tacoma show is Tacoma's very first TV sitcom, right? They made Tacoma FD. They didn't film it here, right? They filmed it in LA, so there's so much confusion online. People are saying, is it the first TV sitcom? Yes, it is, in Tacoma. The idea around it was to create a show that aligns with the essence of social media, being that our attention spans are so quick. I was inspired by, you guys are not going to believe this, but I was inspired by the movie Marty Supreme. Okay. We're clapping? Okay, yeah. That film completely enamored me. When I watched it on Christmas Day last year, you were glued to the screen. You couldn't move your head away. You were either feeling a sense of like dread, because what was going on? You were feeling joy. You were feeling something at every particular time in the movie, and I think that's something that we need to gravitate towards in media in general. We want the people's eyes to be glued to the screen. So with this idea of the Tacoma show being that at every time you're feeling something, there's themes of the issues happening within the society, whether that's poverty, homelessness, this sort of thing, that's in there as well. It's funny, first and foremost, it's funny, so that's going to keep you looking at the screen. And third, the idea that we're going to have some sci-fi in there as well, right? So it's sort of an amalgamation between Family Matters. Family Matters had some sci-fi in there, if you guys remember, of course, you know. And then it's shot like The Office. It's shot like The Office. So it's kind of, it's not a mockumentary, but it's shot in that format.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's dope. Speaking of The Office, no, when you said that, when you were like, it shot like The Office, I thought you were going to say Office Space. But he's like,
oh, that's great.
You're cool.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I mean, okay. And so you've moved around the show without, like, moving within the show, which is cool. But, like, man, tell us all the other stuff about what's it been like doing casting calls? What are people, like, showing up for? What's the excitement for? What are the things that you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or like, get you excited every day about the actual minutia of the show, of putting it together?
Well, it started slowly. So there's the director named Derek Nunn. Lived in LA for 15 years, originally from Tacoma, moved back to Tacoma to create his own production company. and he had a short film called Wild Dreams, which just got into a Bumbershoot this year, right? And he asked me to star in it, right? Great film, great team that created that film. And I thought on the cusp of that, like finishing that program, that whole project, I was like, maybe we could extend something, right? And I reached out to Derek and I was like, I wrote this show. Would you read it? Let me know what you think. He reads it. He's like, I like it.
Oh, I gotta stop you right there. So the Tacoma show, you wrote it.
Yeah, I'm the writer.
Man, throw that. Listen, I know Rasheed would agree with me. Man,
No,
throw this out. Like, yeah, you the writer,
Yeah,
producer, director. Like, what's
the
happening?
writer. I have it. This is something I'm gonna announce for the first time, man. So
Okay.
it's exclusive, but I'm starring in it as well. Ooh. Yeah, I've never told anyone that. I've kind of kept it under wraps, but I'm starring in the show. And I've written all the way to episode 9, 30-minute episodes. It will probably be like a 13, 12-episode season.
If I may, what inspired you to write that pilot?
Marty Supreme, right? Okay, so my line of work being a humanitarian, right? I'm helping people. In the nonprofit charity-esque sector, there's a lot of good work being done. A lot of work that's better than the work I'm doing. But the problem in the kind of work that I'm doing is marketing.
Okay.
So many people are doing good work, no one knows about it. A tree falls in the middle of the woods, no one knows about it, it doesn't really happen. The idea of the Tacoma show is to shine light on issues going on without hitting you over the head with it, having it be subtle so that you're gonna watch something but learn something without really being like, I learned something directly. It's like a way of using media to shine light on issues to boost this wave of consciousness.
Okay.
Yeah. Nice. So that's what inspired me. A little bit of mental health. I was a mental health counselor for 5 years, dealing with people who lived on the street. Most of my clients were homeless and had severe mental illness like schizophrenia and bipolar disorder. So that was a little bit of it. Family, experiences with family. Being a talk show host, I was a talk show host for in 2022 and 2023, a little bit of that. So,
And
yeah.
I know a lot of people probably write pilots, right? But what kind of gave you the confidence to say like, oh no, this is an actual pilot that I can hand off to somebody and they can consume it and actually see my vision? What gives you those type of skills or that type of passion?
Yeah, a long time ago in 2019, a friend of mine told me and he taught me how to write a script.
Oh, great.
Line for line, word for word. We sat together, and he laid out how I need to use this and, interior, exterior, how to write things out. And that was sort of the beginning of me writing scripts. I wrote a kids show back in the day called The Peace Bus. Cool. Yeah, and did the whole pilot and everything, pitched to PBS. PBS liked it. Then they were asking me, how are you going to fund it? How are you going to, there's the aspect of creating something. Then there's the business behind the scenes of how you're funding something like that. So that was like my first stage. Kids TV show, I'm kind of good. I'm kind of good off of that,
Did your character have the guns out?
No guns out.
Bang.
We're saving that for the Tacoma show. No. But the idea and the confidence was I've done it before. And I can do it again.
Kwabi,
yeah.
Run that back one more time.
I did it before, and I can do it again.
Amen.
Can't stop now.
Hey.
It's only losers quit, winners keep on going. Even if you have a setback, you keep on going. So.
Yeah.
Look at you,
Stay faithful.
man. This is interesting, Kwabi. And, you're a big celebrity too. I was excited for this show, and not to overshadow you, Rasheed.
Hey, listen, I know my lane. I'm all right.
but Kwabi a big deal. I'm not sure you're not, but Kwabi, the media loves this guy. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna join the casting soon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
send me that link. I'm gonna try.
All right. We had a massive casting call, man. There was thousands of people auditioned.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
I see something on social media where it's all kinds of people. I even see Cinnamon. Cinnamon was here.
Yep.
She was here with Alicia Michelle on the Tacoma takeover, right? And this is well before like the announcement of the casting call. But Cinnamon's here. Then I see Cinnamon. Cinnamon's like, "Oh, I'm in the show, yay!" And I'm like, "What? Like it's going down?"
Yeah, her role, maybe 100 people auditioned for her role.
Wow.
What?
We love Cinnamon. We know her. That wasn't the reason why she got the role, because she's known around here. She can act, and she can act well.
I believe it. Hey, look, we both. Cinnamon done been in this studio twice. We believe you that she can act. But you know, the thing is the show is dope. Is there anywhere else? Because I got one more question for you. Is there anything that you want people to know about the show, or if you're still casting or anything like that?
Yeah. So we're in the middle of production right now. So the show is breathing, it's moving, and as it moves, we're gonna have time and spaces where we're gonna be doing casting calls. We had a big one in May. For a month, we invited anyone regionally to audition for it was like 10 characters, but we're still introducing new characters as the season goes. So we're gonna have a casting call tomorrow. I'll be making a post, but this will be for youth. There's gonna be 2 kid actors in episode 2. So tomorrow, or maybe Wednesday, I'll be making a post announcing that out to the public. I'll have a list of the characters, and we'll go from there. And we're gonna start filming episode 2 next month.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right. Last question for this segment. I want to make sure I get the name right. That's why, because it's so important and impactful. Tell us more about the All Youth Can Eat summer feeding program, what you created.
Yeah, All Youth Can Eat is the most important work. It's the most important work. So essentially every summer, for the last 5 summers, I've teamed up with restaurants in Tacoma, in some years Seattle as well, so that on every single day of the week, there's at least one restaurant where youth can eat for free, right? So it's staggered throughout the week. So basically, on every single day, there's some place where a youth or college students 18 to 24 can receive a free meal. And consequently, last summer we fed 5,500 youth in one summer.
Yeah, hold on. Let's stop. Let's give them the real clap there, Rasheed. 5,500
That's
youth.
beautiful. That's real beautiful.
Hello. Okay.
Yeah, and it's different. It's not like like food banks are great. They're cool. I'm not bashing them, but it's something about a kid going to a restaurant, a kid who may not have a means towards going to a restaurant because of their financial situation of their family, and they can go to a restaurant and roll their shoulders back and sit down and have a waiter or waitress come and present them their food. It's dignifying, it's humanizing, and the kids don't need a token or a ticket. They show up. Hey, we're here for All You Can Eat. We'd like to order, right? Just like anyone else would do. So when you go to the restaurants, you can't tell which kids need it and which ones don't. They're all just eating together.
Yeah,
That's how it should be.
that's great.
Kwabi, that's fire,
great.
bro. And how can people learn more about that?
Yeah, go to thepeacebus.org, or you can add me on Instagram at thepeacebus or TikTok at Kwabi Amoah-Forson.
Kwabi. Yo, see, you're a real deal. We had to put it to the test. We had to ask some questions, man. Because you know me, man. At times I'm just an asshole over here. And so, I'm like, hey, man, are you really a humanitarian? Are you really? But it's dope.
Yeah, and I'll put this out there. I received my pilot's license last year, and I'm using aviation as a way of raising awareness of issues happening in the community. I have a series called My Thoughts at 5,000 Feet. You can add it on Instagram. And on every other week, I'm flying in the sky and having conversations with the public about issues happening.
Tell them where you announced that at.
It's at My Thoughts at 5,000 Feet on Instagram. I was supposed to go up today, but...
So you ain't got your pilot's license.
Where?
No, I'm saying, this is conversation.
Oh, yeah.
You ain't got a pilot's license.
Yes. It was the dream before the Peace Bus. I had a dream of having my own plane and utilizing aviation to bring awareness.
Oh, my
but
goodness. The
I didn't have
peace
money.
plane?
Maybe not the peace plane. I think I want to go in a different direction with the plane. Maybe it will be peace. Maybe it will be something else. Peace is interesting. I mean, I've been promoting peace for a couple of years. Sometimes it can get convoluted. people think peace is stagnant. Peace is moving. You know.
And I gotta commend this guy. Not everybody's 24 hours is the same. I mean, this guy is putting in crazy hours into this. I mean, that's impressive, bro. That's really impressive.
Yo,
Thanks, man.
Yo, so you on? Damn. I be looking for angles to be like, man, you know what? Where am I exceeding Kwabi at? And man, you know, I'm like, okay, I'm cool. And now you done took the skies from me too. You done took the streets, took the skies. You done took the youth, the restaurant, TV. I'm like, shit, man.
When do you find time to get the arms that big though?
That's the therapy. That's the meditation,
Okay.
right?
And he meditates.
Yeah, that's the gym. That's my temple.
Okay.
Go to feed myself. You know, that's the inner work. We talk about inner peace. That's where I can find the inner peace, and God, of course. You can't.
So, Kwabi, who has mastered putting 36 hours into 24. Thank you very much. We're off to our last commercial break. When we come back, we got a few questions for these gurus right here. You're watching the pop-up.
Our culture is a living inheritance, and every new generation becomes a guardian of that legacy. We keep Black heritage alive every time we gather in fellowship and every time we step into our rhythms. With every story we showcase, with every memory we preserve, with every flavor of home we recreate, and with every game we play. Whenever we celebrate us, somehow we are holding hands and planting seeds all at once. We know how to make a moment. And you know what? We should do it again. Sunday, August 23rd, pull up to T-Mobile Park for Seattle Mariners African-American Heritage Day. Let's show some love for our ancestors, the beloved Seattle Steelheads, and let's add some new memories of us to the books while we're at it.
Pull up to the park, man. Wait, you see that commercial? When did that come out? That was about what? On Sunday?
Yeah, that was about this Sunday.
African American. How'd they sneak a commercial in? I'm gonna have to talk to the Mariners. Hey, Seattle Mariners. ST. Ooh, I gotta talk to you, STJ. You know, stuck a Mariners commercial. You know, it's a multi-billion-dollar enterprise over there. It's okay for them to break bread with us black folk over here. But anyways, like the commercial said, we'll see you there on Sunday, August 23rd. It's African American Heritage Night there at T-Mobile Park. But it's also, most importantly, Steelhead Sunday. And me and my woman, Charlene, we going to be there in the ballpark. I got the black Steelheads jacket. She got the white one. I think Eric, as soon as Day with Trey's over, it's going to be there. African American Heritage Night. You know what I'm saying? Let me know if you guys want some tickets.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's the limited edition jerseys are coming out on Sunday. Right now, people see the Steelheads jerseys and their ice cream. And with the black and blue letters, and on Sunday I feel comfortable letting it out the bag. They're doing a reverse jersey that's gonna be out there and for free for the fans. Exactly, you know what I'm saying. I got you one, Charlene. Don't worry. We'll be good. All right, guys. Before we let you get out of here, we got two questions for you. We're gonna start with you, Rasheed. And it'll be the same questions for both of you guys. How do you go about influencing black culture as a creator? And if influencing is actually your goal, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, and I think kind of to what we were talking about earlier, I don't feel like influencing is my goal. I hope to maybe inspire, right? I think if I can do these things, you can too. I'm a strong believer that anything that you really want to do, you can accomplish with time and dedication. So yeah, I hope that I can inspire anybody and everybody with the content that I create. You know, all creeds, you know, but I think people who see themselves in me, inspiring those people really does something to me, keeps me going.
Yeah, that's really dope. When someone tells you that they see themselves in you, I don't care who you are or what you do, it makes you pause for a second, you know, and really think about it. Same question to you, Kwabi. How do you go about influencing Black culture as a creator? If you see, like I said, if you see yourself as him, but bro, no matter what though, whether you see yourself as an influencer in like this modern dictionary term, you do influence a lot of people.
I just want to be myself. So, you know,
Bruh,
my ancestors.
the way that you came dressed today, we know you're being yourself. But back to your ancestors.
Yeah, so my ancestors were in chains, right? The things that I'm doing, they could never imagine in their wildest dreams. And I'm living it right now, right? If they could see me now, they'd have no choice but to be proud. So as long as I'm living and being myself, hey, that's a win.
Yeah, we take the dubs everywhere we can get, and not the dub thing that they have, the meme of the mayor, but but the real dub. So, last question here: what would you say is your purpose? And you've actually talked about purpose the whole time. Both of you guys have. What's your purpose when it comes to creating content? Oh, I'll start with you, Kwabi.
To help people in need. If my platform allows me to get the resources necessary in order to help others, that's what my mission is. That's my life's purpose, is to help spread peace and to help people in need through humanitarianism.
Good stuff, Rasheed.
Why you make him go first? Not mine's gonna seem so trivial.
Yeah, but my goal is to like come together and kick it and get like double up on the drinks.
No, yeah. I mean, I not to like, you know, downplay it, but you know, my purpose is to connect people, right, through commonality, and you know, whether that's, you know, funny content through Seattle or, you know, little events that we throw every now and then. But that's my purpose, is to connect the dots, connect the people that look like me, feel like me, in a way that brings laughter and joy.
It's really dope. I'll tell you guys this, right? I'm just being honest before we get out of here. It's just like you both know your purpose, and that purpose might change incrementally or sometimes big, you know, as your journey. But it's dope that you know that. If someone was to ask me the exact same question, what is your purpose when it comes to creating content? I just think that, like, yeah, I don't know, our community needs it. You know what I'm saying? It's not as finite and it's not as direct. I just know that, like, 10 years ago tomorrow, and that's the white man say so. That's when we got the stamp from the. So it's probably like 12 years, but we're going with that. 10 years ago tomorrow, we was just like, yo, the Central District needed its own TV network. And it's crazy because we were sitting there broke. We had no money, no nothing. But we're like, man, we're gonna make a TV network for the Central District. And basically, we had no camera, no nothing, no anything, no studio. But you know, that was the purpose a decade ago. Is just like, man, our people need to see themselves in a way that they never seen each other before. And it's been an incredible journey, you know, ups, downs, in-betweens, and bright lights, and, man, you know, cold shoulders in between. Yeah, and when I look at it today, and somebody's like, well, man, why do you do this? For me, honestly, sometimes it's like, I don't know. Outside of the fact that I know that the people who watch or read, I know what they get out of it. Sometimes at this point, I don't know what I get out of it. You know what I'm saying? And I only say that to say that it's encouraging to talk to both of you guys who understand what people get out of it and what you get out of it. I know what the viewers get out of it, and good or bad. They send me the feedback. But we've been doing this for so long and trying to uplift our community and tell better stories and give opportunity in these things that it's just become such an automatic thing. And I just want to tell both you brothers, it's refreshing here tonight to see two guys that ain't on automatic, that's highly intentional. Let me talk to my wife. I need 2 hours a day. I want to be able to do this and that. To be like, you know what, yeah, it's important to bring all these people together, whether you like it or not. This is America. Man, you guys are dope. You know what I'm saying?
That.
You as well, man.
And I'll give my flowers back to both y'all. I mean, sometimes purpose finds you, and it feels like both of you guys are doing something that the city needed, right? It's whether it's Seattle, whether it's Tacoma, the city needed this, and you guys taking that mantle to work towards bringing this to the people is important, right? And you guys always need to get your flowers for that.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. And on that note, Kwabi, Rasheed, thank you so much for joining us tonight on the pop-up. And you brothers already know you're welcome back here anytime.
Hey, man, listen, I might come here for some photography lessons so I could work on one of my side quests, but I appreciate all of you. This has been great, man. It's good to feel at home with people I just met.
Oh, man, you don't say the H word. It means a lot to us. And Kwabi, you know, you've been here before, and you're always welcome anytime. Don't let that 26-mile distance or whatever keep you from being here.
It was a smooth ride up here, and every time I come up here, I'm honored. So thank you for having me.
All right, good stuff. Listen, we get ready to get out of here. Before we do, got to give a big shout-out to our producer, Mead Gill. Mead, man, he puts in all the work. You know what I'm saying? Makes it easy for somebody like me here on camera. And, of course, Converge Media co-founder and our live director tonight, Eric Calligraphy. Big shout-out as well. We got some in-studio guests tonight. We have our future fashion stylist, Mr. Leggett, in the building. And of course, Ashley McCurdy from Coleman Comments. Listen, I'm out of here. I'm getting ready to get on the road for the next 2 days. You have Sean Good for the next few shows, and hopefully I'll get back in time on Thursday, and I'll see you there. But until then, go forward in your purpose. Go forward in your humanity. Till Thursday at 7 p.m. Peace.